Hi everyone, this is Jan, and today we're going to do a little gnome table topper. I know it's a little late and Memorial Day's this Monday, but you still have time to do one, and then we'll have July 4th coming up if you want to use it for that too. But what I've done on this topper is I've added a star in the middle of the circle, and then I've put a gnome in the middle. And I've also put a decorative fill here with stars and stripes. So this is a little bit different. I also have variegated thread on the star. So I wanted to show you this so that you could see you can put any kind of center in a circle and make it your own as far as design for your table toppers. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is go ahead and go into IQ because we want to do our placement line. Now there's 8 steps to this, and this is my notes here that I have, and you can see I have my numbers on there, and I also have my numbers once I save it, and the S is for saving it, and each one is labeled. So this shows you how to lay out your design, what's going to come first, second, third, fourth, and on down the line until you get your topper completed. So it's a good idea to have this out because maybe around July 4th, I might want to redo this, and I might want to do it a different way. And I'll have all my numbers already set up. And all I have to do is change the designs or change the fills or whatever I want. So that's why I keep notes on it. And then I put these notes aside. That way I have them if I want dimensions and stuff for what I'm doing. So it's just a good idea to do that. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go into IQ Designer. We want to go into shapes down here. My mouse is doing goofy. Go into shapes, and we want a circle. Number 11, okay. And we want to resize this circle. This is going to be a placement line for our border fabric. A border fabric is all these little stars and stripes right here. So we want the size. And I'm going to go to the keypad. I have a Solaris 2 that's updated to a 3. So I have this nice little keypad here. And my circle here is 9.50, so I can go ahead and click 9.50, click set, and then 9.50 and click set, and that will give me my circle. Now the hoop size that I'm using here is your 10.5 by 10.5 hoop. Now you can use this circle bigger. Usually I go to about a 10, but my machine needs to be recalibrated. It's off of, if I put my hoop in here and I put my, that little see-through sheet that they give you to put on top of your hoop to realign it. If I put that on there and I push the center to realign that, to check it to see if it's calibrated right, it's off some. But I don't want to take my machine back in because I had it for 2 months last time. So I can live with that, and all I have to do is just make my designs a little bit smaller so that they will fit in this hoop. The machine won't say that I need a larger hoop. So that's one way you can tell if you get that message a lot that you need a larger hoop, it's probably due to your machine not being calibrated right. Somehow it's been, maybe you've bumped it or something, and it's not calibrated right to the center of that hoop, and that will make it come up that you need a bigger hoop. So that's why I'm doing this one at 9.50. But if you have one of these machines, you could go to 10, would be fine. If you have My Design Center, I think 9.5 is the largest that you could go. I would drop that down by about 9 on those. So if you have Stellaire, Destiny, any of those, then drop this number down to about a 9. Whatever you can get away with, you know, and your hoop won't say, oh, it's too large. So anyway, I'm going to go 9.50 for the placement line. And then I'm going to go OK. And I want to go up here to line properties. I want a running stitch. I'm going to make it red. We're going to go OK. Go to the bucket up here and click the line red. Okay, now I'm going to save this because I'm going to pull it up again later. So I'm going to go to memory down here. I'm going to save it to the machine. Then I'm going to go next. And I want this at 100, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks. Go OK. Set. OK. And we have our first number here. We have 8 steps, so 7 more left. So now that I have that, the next thing that I want to do is a batting placement line. So let's go add IQ, and let's go to shapes, go to the circle, go OK, go to size, and for this one I want 9.25. So let's go up here to the keypad, 9.25 and set, and 9.25 and set. Okay, go OK. Now let's go to our line properties. I want another running stitch, and I want green. Go OK. Go to the bucket, touch the line, and I want to save this one too because I'll pull this up later on. Go to memory, save it to your machine. Go next. I want this 5 clicks up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go OK. Go set. Go OK. Alright, now we have our green line. Now, if you're on Stellaire or Destiny, all you need to do is make this small enough to where it is smaller than the red line. So if you have a 9, you might make it 8.75. Okay, just go a quarter at a time when you're changing the size. So just as long as this green line, let's see, let me show you here. Let's go up to 200. Let's pan. Just as long as your green line does not go all the way out to the red line. I could even pull this in a little, or make it a little bit larger, but it's okay on that. All right, let's go back to 100. Okay, so I have my batting placement line. Now the next thing I need to do, number 3, is we do this one a little different. Next we need to put our outside fabric on, okay, our border fabric. So for that, I need to pull in the red line again. So I'm going to go to Add, and we are going to go to IQ. I'm going to go to the pocket up here with the arrow, touch that. and I will pull in the red line we just did. So here's our red line, there's our green line. Now when you have that red line, you might want to mark that on your notes here, what number that is. So I'm going to pull up the red line, and I'm going to go OK. Now on this red line, I'm just going to change the color of it, because I already have a red line, but I'm just going to change it slightly. What this is going to do is going to tap down my border fabric. So I'm going to go to Line Properties, going to go to Run Stitch, and instead of this red that I normally use, I'm just going to use like a maroon color, just so it changes the color. I'm going to go OK, I'm going to go to the bucket, and I'm going to change that to a maroon color. Now, I don't need this because I already have it saved in there, so go Next. And let's up that 5 clicks and go OK. Set it. OK. Now we have our placement line for our border fabric. That's step number 3. Okay, now the next step we need is to lay down our star fabric. Okay, so let's go ahead and go Add, IQ Designer, go into Shapes, and I chose this little star number 23. Go OK. Now let's go ahead and go to Size, and for the size of this one I chose 7.69. So let's go, now that's a smaller one, so 7.69 set, and 8.04, 8.04 set. Okay, now let's go OK. I'm not gonna, yeah, I better save this, but first I'll probably might need to move that, but I want to save it first before I check, because I think I had to move this. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to Line Properties up here. I'm going to assign it a straight stitch. I'm going to choose purple, go OK, go to the bucket, I'm going to turn it purple. Now I'm going to save it as it is, so go to Memory, go to the machine, go Next. I'm going to up it 5 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, OK. Go Set, OK. And now we have it in our menu right here. Now, being I have the design right here, you can see I need to move this. Okay, see how the points come down here? So I'm going to go into Edit, I'm going to go Move, I'm going to use these Move keys, and I am going to move it up some. Now I'm just looking at the distance right here, right there, and here and here. So I just moved it up. Okay, so eyeball it. This looks good to me. I have enough room for the candle wicking. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Okay, now this has some numbers right here. Okay, so you can look at the numbers I have right here, and this will tell you how much I moved it. So it's 0.44 and 0.01 as far as the distance this way. Okay, now what if I brought that? I'm just playing here. No. Okay, but anyway, that's my numbers there if you want to look at those numbers. But just, you can just eyeball it and make sure you have enough room for your candle wicking right there. Okay, now go OK. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and save this one because it's in the right spot. So I'm going to go memory, go to the machine, and save it in the machine. Okay, so now I have my star in. That is number 4. Okay, now I'm going to go add. I'm going to go to IQ. Now I'm going to go to my pocket. I need that star again. Okay, so here's my star, and I have it saved, and it should be in the right spot. So I'm going to click on the star. I'm going to go OK. Now on this star here, I am going to do the fill. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to line properties. I'm going to go to no show. No sew, not no show. Go OK, click the bucket, click on the line, it should turn it gray. Okay, then I'm going to go right over here to fill properties, and I am going to go right here to this one. I'm going to select. Now I chose one that was on the designs. I think it was a baby lock. It was a baby lock CD for holidays. So I'm going to go over here to custom, and I have some in here that are Thanksgiving and different holidays. So I chose this one. So I'm going to go OK, and then I'm going to go blue. All right, and I'm going to go OK. I'm going to go to the fill bucket, and then I'm going to touch inside the star. Okay, then go next. It's going to ask me if I want to change the size or anything. Now I changed mine up to 120. Go OK. I also turned on the outline because mine is turned off and I don't want it to stop, start, stop, start. So I pushed that on. And I wanted to make sure I had triple thickness so it would show up here. Okay, you want it to show up, so you want it to be thicker down here. Okay, click set. Okay. Now, remember we moved our star, so I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to go move, and I got to move my star up to those settings. I think the top number was 44. So I'm watching that. Okay, there's 44. And it looks good. And that's the number I had right here, was this number right here. Okay, so I know that's right on top of the star. So go OK. And I don't need to save it. So that is number 5. All right. So go add. Now the next thing we need to do is, if you're going to put a design on here, you might not want to. You might want to just do it like this. But if you want a design, what I would do is go ahead and go into my pocket right here. Okay, so hit my pocket. And you can choose any kind of design you want. You might have designs that are on your machine that you can use. Thumb through those and see what you want. Now mine is on a USB here, so I'm going to click that. And I know it's at the bottom here, so I'm going to scroll clear down to the bottom here. Well, maybe it's... There it is right there. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, there he is. Okay, I'm going to go set. Now you can see that he's way too big. So I need to go to edit. Okay, and I'm going to go to size. And I'm just going to go, I need to click this, the little zigzag stitch box here. Go OK. And I am going to use this key right here. I need to reduce him in size. Let's see, do I have? Okay, I have 3.83. Ah, that's exactly what I need is this number right here. Isn't that funny? Okay, so the next thing I need to do is move it, and I have move keys right down here. So what I did was move it over. What I did was I tried to move his right between his little feet here. Use that as the center and use his nose to where that would be the center. But I also moved him up. So let's go move him up. There we go. And I think I put him about right there. That looks really good right there. Okay, so there's my size that I did. And then I also moved him up. Just want to be sure there's enough room for your candle wicking. Okay, that's all you need to be concerned with. Okay, and then I push OK. All right, now you don't think he's in there, but he is. So the next thing we need to do is do our candle wicking. So let's go add. Okay, go back to IQ. I need to pull up my star. Let's go to our pocket up here with the arrow. Let's pull our star again. Let's go OK. Now for our star, let's go ahead and go to line properties. We want candle wicking. I'm going to choose gold. OK. Go to the bucket. Touch your star, turn it gold. Now I don't need to save that, so I'm going to go next. Now for the settings, I go to 3. That's the number I go to, is 3 for the size. And on the spacing, I go down to 0. Okay. Then set. Okay. Now we need to go to edit and move it. Remember so we need to move this. Remember the top number was what, 44? 44 and 01. Okay, so that should be right in the middle there. All right, so let's go OK. And that's the candle wicking. And the next thing we need to do, we're on our last step here. Then we do add. Okay, IQ. Now we need a circle. Okay, I'm going to go to a circle. Go OK. Now I'm going to go to size. And I want this circle to be 9.15. 9.15 set. 9.15 set. Okay. And I'm going to do line properties, a straight stitch. Okay, and I'm just going to choose, a bright pink. Go OK. Go to the bucket, turn it pink. Okay, then go next. Up your stitch, 5 clicks. Go OK. Set, OK. Now, here's what I want you to see. I'm going to magnify this. Let me go up here to my hand here so I can pan it. All right. Now, let me pan over here. I've got Okay, this first line here is the line we just did. The second line is the green line, that's the batting tack down, and the first line is our border placement line. As long as this line here we just did is below the green line, we're okay. If you don't do it this way, whenever, let's see if I can get this camera to pull up, focus. If you don't do it this way, whenever you turn your topper inside out, you're going to have a running line right here on the top piece of this topper all the way around, because the batting line is going to show. But if you pull it inside your last stitch here, then it won't show. So if you've done these toppers before and you got a line all the way around it on the top part, you know that's what you're doing wrong. So as long as your finishing line is smaller than your batting line, you're okay. All right? So if you're working on another machine here, then that's all you have to do. Your measurements are going to be different, but that's all you need to do, okay? So let's go back to 100. So that's okay. I'm going to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So as long as you have 8 steps, you're okay on that. All right. So we've completed our topper here. Okay, so we're all set here. Now before you do anything with embroidery, what you need to do is you need to save this. So go to Memory, save it to your machine. Okay, and if you want to stitch it now, you're going to go over to Embroidery. Okay, and you would go ahead and stitch it out. It's all laid out right here. Okay, if you don't, just hit Return, go up here to your little house up here. It's okay. And when you come back tomorrow, click on Embroidery. Click on the pocket right here. And your design is right here. Okay, and then click on your design and pull it up. Go Set. And then go Embroidery. Okay, then you'd embroider it. Now I'm going to go back to Return here, and I'm going to go up to this and click this, and I'm going to do a stitch out here. So here's our stitch out. The first line's your placement, and the second line is your batting placement. And your third line is going to be your star. Okay, then you're going to have your fill. Okay, once the fill is done, then you're going to have your design. Okay, and then after your design, now you're going to have your candle wicking. And then the last one was your backing fabric. Okay, so you know you have everything in order. That's just a good way to check it to be sure you've got everything in order. Okay, so that is how you're going to do your little gnome design. Now if you want, like I say, you can change your design. You don't have to have this design. You don't have to have this fill. But you can use the basics to do your own little patriotic table topper that you have here. Okay, and then the back, I just have stars on the back there. So thank you so much for joining me for this. I'll go ahead and get it up and out so that you'll have plenty of time to do this. If you have any questions, you can comment, or you can personal message me. Also, if you are interested in purchasing this little design, I will have this listed on my eBay store page, and you can purchase it if you're interested in it. Also, I'll be having some other holiday things that I will be posting a little bit later. For June, we're going to go into Father's Day, so I'm thinking of doing a key fob for Father's Day, but I have to dig out my snaps and all those, and hole punch and all that kind of stuff first before I put that one up. So that's kind of what I'm looking or leaning towards for June. Also, we have graduations, and the key fobs would be cute for graduations also. And you'd be using that marine vinyl to do those. But that's kind of what I'm thinking for my next project. So thank you for joining me. If you want to see how this is stitched out, remain on the video, and I will have photos with captures on the bottom of what you do to sew this out if you're new to sewing. Okay, thanks so much, and until next time, bye, take care, and I'll see you then.